Boys and girls, thank you for checking in and thank you for a great week of learning together. Let's start by reviewing our red words and then we can jump in for our dictation, okay? D-O-W-N says down. C-O-M-E says come. V-E-R-Y says very. W-H-A-T says what. I-S says is. I and A-S-E-E says see. N-H-E-R says her. T-O says to. T-H-E says the. F-O-R says for. O-F says of. With. D-O says do. Y-O-U says you. H-I-S says his. W-A-S says was. And last, P-U-T says put. Awesome. Thank you, friends. For our dictation lesson today, and dictation, boys and girls, is just our fancy way of saying writing down the sounds that we hear. So for our dictation today, we will be using this page here, which was sent home in our Friday file before we went to remote learning. And it's a packet here with a double, and it's got 3 pages. So it's got 2 on this one and 1 on the back. And if you can find that, that would be fabulous to use this, okay? If you cannot find it, that's okay. You can do what I've done up here and create your very own on your own piece of paper or on your whiteboard, okay? And boys and girls, you can find this resource in our writing tab on Google Classroom so that you can copy those lines, okay? You're also welcome to print it off. All right, you can pause the video, and when you're ready to join us for dictation, come on back, okay? We're going to start with 4 words that are part of our R blends. And remember, when we are writing for dictation, we use a strategy called pounding and tapping. So that means we always have our pencil in the hand that we write with, and our other hand is pounding and tapping the sounds that we hear to help us write them down, okay? So let's look up here. I noticed 1, 2, 3 sound lines. And those 3 sound lines will go together to make one word that we will write on our word line here, okay? So let's take a look. Some of you have noticed that our first sound line has 2 small lines underneath. And that tells us that we have a blend that has 2 letters on that line. We'll have a 2-letter blend, nothing special here. And then here, do you notice it's got those squiggly lines, which reminds us that we have a digraph, which is those teams that cannot come apart, okay? So boys and girls, let's try together. The first word we're going to write is crash. I crash my bike in the road. Ready? Crash. 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 For those of you that write with the other hand, crash. 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 Here we have crash. Crash. Go ahead and write. Crash. Crash. C-R-A-S-H. Crash. Then rewrite your word on your word line. All together. Crash. The next word we're going to try is brush. I brush my hair with a brush. Ready? Brush. 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 Good job. Go ahead and make sure that all your letters are lowercase, and then we'll smush them together to write one word, brush. Brush. Good job. The next word we're going to do is dress. I am wearing a dress. Remember, it is not the J. It is our D-R, dr. Can we pound and tap dress together? Ready? Dress. 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 Now let's write. Dress. Dress. This follows our 1-1-1 rule, which means we need to have a double letter at the end, 2 S's. Dress. Dress. Go ahead and rewrite dress. 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 Good job. For word number 4, we're going to write the word fresh. I like when my food is fresh. Ready? Pound and tap with me. Fresh. Fresh. Now let's write. Fresh. 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 Go ahead and write your word on your word line. Fresh. Very good. Awesome. Now, something that I like to do that's kind of silly is before we move on to the next page, we're going to pull a stick and we're going to read our words like a mouse. Okay, this part is kind of silly. I have crash, brush, dress, and fresh, but I need to read them like a mouse. Crash, brush, dress, fresh. Now it's your turn. Crash, brush, dress, fresh. It's okay. Awesome. Once you've read your words like a mouse, we will move on to the next page, which is page number 2. And actually, we're going to skip page number 2. I'm checking in with our time. And we'll just flip straight to page number 3. So if we want to go ahead and make something that looks like page number 3, I will show you what that looks like. Okay? You can pause your video right here to see these lines and make the same ones on your page. Okay, I will do the same thing up here so we can see it nice and big. I start with a mountain. I have 1, then a double line, then a regular, then a double, then a regular. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a box at the end. So just like that. Okay? I have a story for you about a time that I decided to wear a dress. And I was wearing that dress outside on a beautiful day. And there was some sunshine shining. And there was some grass on a hill. And I thought to myself, boy, oh boy, it would sure be fun to roll down the hill right now. So I did. I went and I rolled down the hill and I had so much fun, boys and girls. But you know what I noticed is I got so much grass on my dress. And my question to you is, did the grass come off the dress? Let's pound it together. Did the grass... Let's start over. Did the grass come off the dress? I don't know. Let's start. Hi, Nova. Everything's okay. Let's point together and make sure we have enough words for our sentence. Did the grass come off the dress? No, thank you. Did the grass come off the dress? So now we're going to start pounding and tapping our first word, did. D-I-D, did. And remember, we need a tall mountain letter at the beginning of our sentence. D-I-D, did. Remember, boys and girls, when we see two lines, that tells us that we have a sight word that we know how to spell. Did the grass come off the dress? How do we spell the word the? T-H-E. Did the grass, let's pound and tap. Ready? Grass. Gr-a-s. Grass. Your turn. Grass. Another one of those 1-1-1 rules. We have one syllable, grass. We have one short sound, ah. And we have one ending of S that says S, so we double it. Did the grass come is one of our new sight words. How do we spell it? C-O-M-E. Did the grass come off the T-H-E dress. Go ahead and pound and tap dress. Ready? Dress. Dr-S. Dress. All right, period at the end. Did the grass come off the dress? Wait a minute, boys and girls. I asked a question. What do I need to put at the end of a question? Not a period, something different. You're right, it's a question mark. Did, and you can kind of see it. Let me hide. Can I hold? Did the grass come off the dress? I gotta figure out this glare, boys and girls. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Before we end, we have to read our sentence with a silly voice. We are going to read it like a fast talker. Oh boy. Did the grass come off the dress? Like a fast talker. Did the grass come off the dress? Your turn. All right, boys and girls. Thank you for hanging in there with our dictation today and doing all of our funny and silly voices together. I appreciate your time and your focus, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Have a good weekend.